Hello and welcome to what's probably my first video on this particular channel, which is don't fall for the Groupon con. And it's not that Groupon is a bad platform. They're actually really good. But for you to make profits on your Groupons, which is what this is all about, you have to be careful how you position your offer. Alright, so if you bear with me for the next few minutes, I promise you, you will learn something new. And if you don't, you can give me all sorts of bad comments, right? But if you do, you got to give me some good comments. All right, so let's go. Why should you listen to me? Listen to me. I've been working on the internet for decades. I specialize in helping people advertise their businesses and get seen. I've been working through the quarantine and using what I call my quarantine to find ways to help local businesses. And I've come up with something that I think is really unique and really useful. So in this video, I'm going to share what one of those methods are. And this one you can get started with 100% free. Keep your wallet in your pocket. A lot of times, if you listen to me in the future, you're going to hear me say, keep your wallet in your pocket. Sometimes I have something to sell, but for the most part, I'm just going to be coming here to give ideas, information, advice, and my not so humble opinion. While this particular trick works really well with Groupon, anybody can use it. You're going to find out here about how to use this trick, and it's really anybody can use it, especially if you want more business or repeat business from your current customers, because for many of us the key is repeat business. So, what is Groupon? And basically, how does Groupon work? Groupon's a deal publisher. They get deals from all over. Almost like the old penny saver or the current thing you get in your regular mailbox with all the coupons in it. Okay, Groupon does that, but online. They get all the deals together. They advertise them on the internet. They spend money to buy advertising space to advertise, right? You've seen them on TV, you've heard them on the radio, you've seen them online. And ideally, that gets you new customers. Ideally, all right? When I say they're a client powerhouse here, you'll see this right up here. When I say they're a client powerhouse, Groupon has tons of email subscribers. In order to get a Groupon account, you have to give them an email. It has to be an email that they can check. It might not be their best email, but it's an email that they can go back to, find their Groupon, print it out, take it where they're going to go, right? So Groupon has the ability to email deals to these people on a daily basis. They're a major advertiser. When I say major, I mean they spend a lot of money on advertising all over the internet, and basically this, or maybe these two items, are what they bring to the deal. Right? The partnership between you and them. Groupon has the advertising reach, they've got the eyeballs, you bring the product, right? And the last thing that Groupon brings to the deal is a payment portal. You might be able to accept credit cards, you might not. Groupon can take credit cards, they collect the money up front, and then they pay you what you're owed. So you don't have to worry about getting 1,000 payments from 1,000 people, you get one payment from Groupon, right? So that's the idea here. Now, Groupon is free to use. When you go to the website, they're going to tell you they're free to use. If you've never used them before, there's no payment due up front. But how do they make money? Well, after you massively discount your product or your service, Groupon takes half of whatever's left, on average. There's ways to negotiate deals with Groupon if you're big enough. If you're a small business, you're going to be in this group. If you're a little bit bigger, you might be able to negotiate something special with them. And it never hurts to ask. If they tell you to go use their online portal, you're pretty much stuck. But if you can get one of the Groupon account managers to work with you, there's ways that you can better the deal for yourself. As we always used to say, if you don't ask, you don't get. So you might as well try. If you're using Groupon, try it. Try to get a better deal. If you're not using Groupon, go ahead and see if you can get a decent deal. If not, you don't have to use it. So here's what I want to talk to you about first, this discount deal. Usually Groupon requires you to discount your goods or services by 50%. So start with a $100 figure in your head. You're selling something that's worth $100. Whether it's a $100 set of eyelash extensions that you're going to put on for somebody, a $100 hair tinting, a $100 meal, a $100 home inspection, a $100 vent cleaning for your HVAC system, just picture $100. Right away it becomes 50. And that's hard to handle. You can't always just cut your prices in half. But the idea here is that you're getting new customers. And sometimes it costs money to get a new customer. So what's your new price? Well, 50 bucks. It's 100% of that now, right? This is the new price. That's why it's 100%. There was another 100% way over here, but we're not seeing that right now. Groupon takes half. Half goes to you. So the service that was $100 before, you're now getting $25. Keep that in mind. That's pretty steep. You're basically giving us 75% discount. And all of your costs remain the same. This doesn't happen after you pay your suppliers. This doesn't happen after you pay your staff. This happens before that. So again, to recap, Groupon gives you the eyes. They will hopefully get people to your website, to your deal, right? And they'll have a lot of reviews, and they have all that advertising spend on Google. That's how they get you those eyes. So we talked a little bit already about what are the costs, but there are some more. Right? So we talked about the big discounts, like 50% or more. We talked about the 50-50 price split, so you only get 25%. But hang on, here's where it gets a little hairy. What if you get too many buyers? If you, like me, have read anything in the past about Groupon, you're going to know that sometimes they sell 1,000 of an offer or more. And now, if you're a small company and somebody sells 1,000 hair coloring packages that you have to fill, that's going to be a little tough. It's going to chew into your regular business. Speaking about your regular business, your existing customers. Another cost is, think about yourself. When the cable company only gives the best deals to the new customers, do you feel like that's fair? When the telephone company, the cell phone company only gives the best new phones to new customers, doesn't that piss you off a little bit? It's like they're forcing you to not be loyal. You got to switch to someone else and then come back to them to get the best deal. So your customers also hate it when a new customer gets a bigger discount than they do when they've been going to you for months or years on end already. The next thing is, customer that uses a Groupon and they get a $50 price for a $100 item, they're going to expect low prices in the future. Subconsciously, they now value your goods or services at 50 bucks, not the 100. Well, they know it'll be more expensive when they have to go again, but they're going to be keeping their eyes out for another deal. And speaking of that, you've got some customers that only come to see you when you have a Groupon. It's the only time you see them. You run a Groupon, there they are. Right? They never come to see you with a full price day, right? They always come only when there's a sale, when there's a Groupon. And that can really hurt your business, because if a Groupon is costing you $15 or $20 out of your pocket, you can only give it away so often before you need some returns back by people coming back in to visit you. And I'm going to run another video conference like this, another webinar, where I'll explain to you the math behind a Groupon and how hard it is to really make money in the early set of a Groupon. In many cases, 1/5 of the people, 1 out of every 5, don't cash in the Groupon. That's money in your pocket. That's good. But of the ones that are left, because of the massive discounts you gave, you may end up needing people to come back 15 or 20 times at full price just to break even. So we'll talk about that in another very math-heavy set. But for right now, let's look at that basic flow. People go to Groupon, they see your offer. They decide that they might be interested, so they go to your website. Hopefully you have a website. If not, Don't worry, I can also talk in another video about how you can get software to set your website up for free. Okay, if not free, very low cost, $1.99, $2.99 a month. I mean $1.99, not $199. Right? So they go to your website. Hopefully they purchase. If they purchase, not only do you get the deal, or they get the deal and you get the business, but you get their email address from Groupon. Groupon at that point will share the person's email address with you, and this is a new lead. So now if you have an autoresponder, you can start emailing these people on a regular basis, telling them what's going on. If you don't have an autoresponder, again, in another later video, or I'm going to show you later how to get in touch with me, I can get you autoresponder software that you can set up and run on your own for free, or we can have a service that helps you set that up and run that. But that's really easy to run for free, right? If you wanted to run it on your own. Takes some time to set it up, but anyway, I'm digressing. So this is how it goes, basic flow, right? And then the person, of course, they cash the Groupon in, they come and they see you, all those different happy pieces. But the initial process flow is like this. Now, here's my process flow. Person goes to Groupon. They see my offer and they like my offer. They go to my website. On my website, I have something known as a Facebook pixel. What that means is that they are now my lead. If they don't buy, they're still my lead. If they do buy, they're still my lead. And the reason they're my lead is there's a little piece of code that's on the website that tells Facebook that this person went to my website and went to this page and this page and this page. So Facebook considers them my lead. Right? We'll talk about why that's important later, but that's what that means. Again, hopefully they purchase. If they purchase, now I get that email again from Groupon. And this email, remember, this is the email they use for Groupon. I use a different email from Groupon than I use for my regular email stuff. I got to do all my stores and purchases and stuff through there until I'm sure that I want to get email from them. Some places just send you all sorts of email, and technically it's not spam because you signed up for it, but it's also stuff you may or may not want. So that might not be the best email address for the person, but you've got an email address and you know it'll reach them because that's how they get their coupons from Groupon. But in mine, it doesn't end here with the email. It goes into this remarketing bin. And again, I touched on it before about having an autoresponder, but remarketing is autoresponder on steroids, right? So now we take it to Jerry's Remarkable Remarketing. Okay, so you got your Facebook pixel. Now Facebook is going to let you run cheaper ads to these people. If you run an ad, you can create an audience from the people who've used your pixel on your website. Right? They viewed your website, that triggered the pixel. They're now in a special audience on Facebook for you. So where you've heard before that people might spend $4 or $5 or $9 to get a lead on Facebook through ads, now you're going to be doing that for pennies because technically you've already got them as a lead. So you're remarketing to them. You're not marketing. Marketing on Facebook costs more than remarketing. The second thing that I do is I actually route people through my chatbot. And I've used my chatbot to create a VIP club. So I make sure people know, if you want the best prices through me, be a member of my VIP club. Click here and sign up. And when they sign up, all they're doing is signing up through Facebook Messenger. Right? I'm going to get their email from them. I'm going to get their phone number from them. I'm going to get their mobile number from them so I can send them text messages. I'm going to get whatever other means of communication I can to help build this omni-channel, multiple channel communication, right? But I'm building a relationship with this person. They can see me more often because the ads are cheaper. Once I get them into my chatbot sequence, I can send them different messages. The key with chatbots is there's a lot of rules. I can technically only send them marketing requests using my chatbot for 24 hours after the last time they communicated with me. And I know that sounds a little weird, but the fact is, if I decide I want to send ads through my chat bot, now again it becomes even cheaper than just using the audience that's in my pixel. Right? Because I can send what's known as a sponsored message. It'll pop up in people's news feeds. You've seen them. It says sponsored message. And now I'm able to do that using the audience that I built with my chat bot. And using this omni-channel, I can build a relationship with people. I can make sure that I send them a newsletter. I've got realtors who send me newsletters about different things to do different months to maintain my house. I have another one that sends me emails about the prices of housing in my neighborhood, the houses that have sold recently. There are salons that will send my wife information about what specials they're running and what the hot trends are for this season and all these different things. But the final thing that you can do is you can, if your pricing will allow it, you could charge the same price that you set up in the Groupon, but you get to keep 100% of it. Rather than going back through Groupon to market to these people again, you can now send them specials at the Groupon price without running a Groupon, without giving up that half of the money that you need to keep, right? You can also set a price that's higher than the Groupon. Maybe you decide you don't want to run Groupons anymore. Maybe you want to remarket to your current customers, and you can do that. And you can ask them to share your sale with other people. They can repost it on Facebook. You can even use your chat bot to set up a competition where the person who shares the most gets an extra discount. That's a little more advanced, but there's ways to set that up as well. But the key here is you're charging the same price that you did on Groupon, where you lost money. You're still charging the same 50% off, but you get to keep all of it. And that may or may not work for you price-wise. You have to look at that carefully. But even if not, you could charge a little bit less and do something, or you could bundle. Think about this. If a hair salon were to develop this system that I have put together here, and a nail salon were to develop the same thing, they can then make an agreement where the nail salon is going to send a marketing message to all of their clients telling them how great the hair salon is, how much they should go see the hair salon, or hey, here's a deal or a special that we negotiated for you, our loyal clients, at the hair salon. The hair salon does exactly the same thing back for the nail salon. And this way they both get to benefit from each other's audiences. And now, if the people join the other salon's chatbot, now both salons can remarket to those people for pennies rather than dollars. So there's a lot of different ways to build this out if you could find businesses that complement yours, right? This will work for HVAC companies who give Groupons on vent cleanings, right? This will work for carpet cleaners. This will work for restaurants. This will work for hair salons, nail salons, auto repair places, oil change places. Any local type business that has a product or a service that could possibly be marketed on Groupon can use this with or without Groupon. So to me, this is pretty powerful and simple. Now, in closing, I don't want to waste your time. I try to keep my videos short because I used to let them run for an hour and 20 minutes, and no one wants to listen to me that long. If the information today I gave you helped you out, if it gave you some ideas, if it made you think, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, hey, please like our page on Facebook. I'm going to put a link to our Facebook page in the comments, right? And I'd really appreciate it if you could like your page. The more you like my page, the more Facebook likes to share my posts, okay? And and share my page. Share my page with all your friends. Subscribe to our channel, and this way you'll get notified when we release those other videos. I'm not going to release a video every day. My goal is to release 2 or 3 a month. Again, usually with free tips and tricks. I'm here to help you. I'll eventually make money in the long run anyway. Whether you buy something from me or not, because if I have enough people who subscribe to my YouTube channel, YouTube will give me a percentage of the ad revenue, right? So if you subscribe to my channel, come in and watch my videos, learn a bunch of stuff, and you never buy anything from me, that's okay. That's okay. And again, share with your friends. Share a link to this video. That'll really help me, because that'll make more people see the video. Share the video on Facebook. That's great. Share my page on Facebook. Invite people to come and look at it. Any of these that you can do would be a wonderful way to pay me back if you've gotten any value at all from this video. And there's one thing I haven't listed here, but if you do this, it would mean the world to me. Leave me some comments. Tell me what I did well in this video. Tell me what I didn't do well in this video. Tell me what you'd like to see. If you say you want to see a video more on Facebook pixels or AdWord pixels or any of the other types of pickles, I'm thinking about dinner. It's a little after 5 o'clock. But any of the other advertising pixels that are out there, leave me a comment on that, or go ahead and leave a comment on my page. I'll see that as well, right? But tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what I did well and what I didn't do well. Now, the only thing I have to say is, remember to subscribe to the channel. It's just a button click, button push, whatever you want to call it. And if you do try to connect with me, you'll see also in the comments, I'm going to have a link. Again, so I've got a link to my Facebook page. That's also going to go right through my bot, so you'll be able to see how a bot works. Like I said, I can't send you a bunch of advertising messages through the bot once it's more than 24 hours after you've last connected with me. So if you hate me and you don't want to get any messages from me, you just wait 24 hours and I won't be able to send you anything automated anyway. I'd have to type it out manually every single time. But it'll be a great chance for you to see how one of these bots work. Thanks again, and have a great evening.